little chilly out. 49 degrees. Holy mackerel. It's 49 degrees. Wow. Pretty nice. Yeah.
Can you keep the window open?
Okay, if you want the window
My
open.
window all the way open.
If you want the window open, you can have it.
There's news a few minutes ago from the Labor Department that inflation at the wholesale level cooled in August down to an annual rate of 1.7%. Let's do the numbers. Well, Wall Street is greeting the report with a shrug.
All right. Well,
Expectations are flat.
why my daughter loves the window down when it's 49 degrees. We're taking her to the last day of school on her second week. She's got Fridays off. So that's for her. Today I need to put together a washing machine. Basically from holy cow. So I took the entire washing machine apart, piece by piece. To be fair, it doesn't have that many pieces, but at the same time, it's like I don't really remember how I took it apart now. So I got to do a bunch of research. So I'm gonna put a washing machine back together from scratch. I'll probably make a video. It'll not be the world's best video, but that's what I'm doing, and I owe the people a video. Promised a Wednesday video every single week for 10 weeks. I broke that promise for the first time. I think it's the 5th week or the 6th. Yeah, I broke that promise because I'd been so consumed with getting into this job interview yesterday for a nature preserve, or reserve. Holy cow, it was a 60-minute interview. I mean, Monday morning quarterbacking, my performance, yikes. If I only knew what I was getting myself into. I over prepared. I really over prepared. I spent hours building a professional portfolio to demonstrate that I could put together, educational programs. And I was looking up grant opportunities. I had a grant proposal. I had everything, and I made 2 binders. I was gonna make 3 because I did imagine a panel of 3 people interviewing me, and that's what happened. It was a panel of 3 individuals, and they were all very nice, good people. They'd been working there for years and years, and I was nervous. I had my high energy. I tried to crack a couple of jokes when I got a little long-winded. Like, they asked me, here's where it went south for me. First question. They were like, tell us your experience creating programs, educational programs in nature. I just gave them my whole 10-year history. And I tried to tie in all these moments that would help me build a program, which made sense to me, but to them, they were probably like, oh my gosh, this person's crazy. I don't know what they were thinking. I tried to joke about it afterwards. They were alluding to time as if there wouldn't be enough time for the rest of the interview or the questions or whatever. I don't know if they were joking. There was plenty of time. I had 10 minutes at the end I wanted to ask. And I could have asked better questions. I mean, I have more questions. I felt a lot of pressure because these jobs don't come around very often. It's very, very, very rare. to be in the right place at the right time, in the middle of nowhere, to have a job that
Dad, are we about how much minutes is it gonna be till we're there?
directly aligned with what I went to
Dad,
college for.
How much minutes are we gonna be there?
10 minutes, sweetie. I mean, I got a degree in resource management,
Dad, how much minutes are we
right?
gonna be there?
9,000 acres is a resource. I have a degree in livestream planning and management. They have summer camps. Yes.
How much minutes until us two are there?
15 minutes, sweetie.
Oh, two of us?
Yeah, both of us at the same time. So it's like literally a fit like a glove kind of a situation. I've not been told I haven't got the job, but I could read body language. Not always a telltale sign. I did get a firm handshake from the executive director at the end, which felt like something. There was a teacher, a retired teacher interviewing me, and she was interested in the binder I created, or at least was being very polite, and like at least looked at a page or two and thumbed through it quickly and told the executive director to take a look at that. I don't know if there was enough time for the executive director to take a look at it, but one of the questions was like organizational skills, and I'm like, you know, I made this in 2 days and it's pretty organized. So
What are you doing?
I feel like I was nervous. I'm not sure that I made a connection with all three of them, but maybe. I mean, they all seemed like maybe they, but it was a big wave of emotions. The more I thought about how it went, the more I was almost sure that they weren't gonna hire me. I'm almost sure of it. I mean, the fact that they were like looking at the time, and the time almost seemed like a thing. Like we kept looking at the time, like as if it was like, okay, you know. They didn't seem like they were willing to go overtime with me, which either they're really good at playing poker, or I had accolades in there. I had all sorts of stuff that was really solid. Like, it really showed that I could be handed the position and start running with it instantly. In fact, I over-prepared, I over-stressed on what I thought. I thought I was going to have to build a program from scratch just because I you know. Well, dude, seriously, I took that job interview. The channel suffered the loss of a Wednesday video. Bottom line, I got 3 videos that I could have put together in my camera roll. I have a lot of ideas for videos, but it didn't happen. Do you love leggy live streams where it cuts out for 1 minute at a time?
Dad, get your other finger on that.
Yes, sweetie. I'm doing an infomercial for my leggy live stream. Yeah.
So,
Do you love leggy live streams that cut out often?
Dad, don't put your finger on.
Smash that like. Hit the subscribe. Let in your own fashion. In your own fashion. In your your own special way. Oh, you're special in your own special. All right. Well. Aha. What do I do? I haven't eaten breakfast, so my body is primed to do what Mother Nature intended, and that is I'll probably get cell phone service again in like 15 minutes if I lose it. I'll be in a little deep valley crevasse to start the journey, so there may not be service back in there. We have service still. Okay. Not great service, but little service. I'm probably gonna lose, yeah. I'll be impressed if I can live stream this entire hike. That'll be nice. A little, I'd say the chances of me getting the job probably 50-50. I'm probably at the top of the list, but there could be somebody that they already know. I think this is why they call it the fall. This is a really nice hike to get my blood flowing, clear my mind. Some good elevation gain here. You can't really see what I see, but because it's a two-dimensional cell phone you're looking at, but that is quite a bit of a climb. I mean, I'm here and I gotta go there, but it doesn't stop. It keeps going, which is nice. I like to get up high above the trees. I heard something chirp at me. I think it was a squirrel. Look at this. That's like sunshine. A little ray of sunshine bursting through the tree, splashing itself on the trail right here. Look at this. Look at my leg. Right there. Look, my leg is in the sun. Isn't that nice? Okay. Yeah, I'm in nature, guys. I'm enjoying myself. Hear the birds? Isn't that special? Who wants to go on a hike with me? Yeah. All right. I would love to find some wild grapes. I don't know if there's any wild berries left, but getting some wild grapes would be okay. On my farm, there's some that are primed and ready. When I go on hikes in nature, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it gets me in the best shape of my life. Like people lift weights, go to the gym. I say just go for like a hike. I'm gonna see if I can catch a squirrel. I hear some. Look at this really cool oak tree. It's like it doesn't have a top. It's been bent. There's a thing called marker trees. I feel like this is probably a marker tree. When it was younger, like they bent it to signify something. I mean, this thing's crazy. The question is, what is it signifying? Look at that. Like it's pointing to something. You tell me what was supposed to be the top before they bent it. Which branch? I'm thinking that was the main branch. And when it was just a little sapling, they bent it that way. But am I wrong? Or is that just an offshoot? Is the main the main branch that got bent might be that one up there that's pointing towards the valley? I don't know. But this tree is definitely shaped in a special way. And it's a maple. Wait a second. That is the craziest looking maple tree I've ever seen. How's that even possible? They usually made marker trees out of oak. So, I take that back. This is probably not a marker tree. I mean, just look at how crazy that maple tree is, though. Like, look at the size of that branch. That branch, it almost has the same diameter as the trunk. That is nuts. It's like a maple tree on steroids. Crazy. Anyway. Nature. Well, we're making our way up to Black Hawk Rock in the nature preserve that I interviewed for the education coordinator position yesterday. I don't know if they're going to give me the job because honestly, I could have done way better on my interview. I even flubbed. I didn't call Black Hawk Rock yesterday. I got confused about what its name was, but it's definitely a pretty place. You can see they got some horse tie-ups here. So this is like a horseback riding trail. And then if you want to hike up to Black Hawk Rock, you just tie up your horses over here. And then there's a walking trail here. It's definitely worth tying up your horse and heading up this way. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm liking the fact that the live stream is going. So here we are. They've kind of closed the gap here with some branches so that you can only hike in and not ride your horse in. I'm sure they had problems with horses getting stuck in between this tree right here. So they're like, let's put up a barricade. All right. We're gonna keep our eyes open for anything we can scavenge. There's some asters here, I think. I mean, you could probably snack on the leaf of an aster. Tell me this isn't poisonous. I'm gonna try. Let's see. I'm not so sure. Maybe not. Maybe it is edible. Wouldn't that be cool if it was like baby spinach or something? Okay. Never eat plants unless you know what it is. I think this is a cedar tree. So you can get some cedar, freshen your breath up. Nah, I don't think cedar is meant for people. Maybe you could do a tea or something, but I'd have to research that one. Don't do what I do, guys. Eating plants in nature, if you don't know what it is, extremely dangerous. I don't know if I'm gonna see an example of a dangerous plant, but yeah, caution, obviously. Common sense. Tap into your inner common sense, and that should tell you whether or not to eat something. Okay. Here we go. It's a really nice trail. I mean, I could run into a mountain lion. Anything could happen, guys, so you always got to be aware and think quickly. If there's a mountain lion, here's a stick. And I just, holy cow, attack the mountain lion so he doesn't eat me. But I'm gonna put that back where I found it. Rule number 1, try to leave it as you found it. Or make it better, right? Plant a tree. I could plant some trees. There's some nuts that have fallen. So I could kind of give Mother Nature an assist and dig a tree down or a nut down into the soil. That'd be mighty nice of me to give back a little bit. It's a beautiful trail. So right now I'm on a ridge, like it drops down on both sides. So that's kind of cool. The path is like kind of sandy, nice and soft. I got my blueberry Rubio's tea. We got Joshua Blackburn. How's it going, sir? I'm doing well. I'm just hiking here on a trail, trying to reinvigorate my spirit. Because I've been pretty busy prepping for a job interview that I had yesterday at this very piece of land that I'm walking on to be an education coordinator. So in that kind of a position, you'd help develop educational programs about nature, plants, animals, you know, the resources, the cultural resources, lots of fun things. But preparing for that took a lot of energy because these jobs don't come around very often in my area. So I took it very seriously. And I was not able to do a lot of things around my house, like fix my washer machine. Holy cow. Our clothes are piling up. Wasn't able to make a Wednesday video. I tried to make a goal of making a video every Wednesday. I was just super consumed with the interview process. I'm getting a lot of spider webs on my face right now, guys. It's getting wild. It's probably good for your skin, though, to get a bunch of silk on your face, but I don't recommend it. If it comes with a real spider, you don't want one of those crawling up your nose or something. That would be a bad day. Holy cow. All right, guys. Ooh, this is the steep part. I mean, you can't see the scale of this, but it rises precipitously. Look at it. That's a step. That's a step. I mean, just look at all the steps. It just keeps going. My goal, I'm gonna be way above these treetops eventually. So we'll be able to see far above the trees that are up above me. What job? That sounds good. Yeah, education coordinator, bro. For a 9,000 acre nature preserve. The Army Corps of Engineers have a lot of dams all over the United States, like along the Mississippi River, other places, like everywhere. And like 50 years ago, they were gonna put a dam somewhere on this 9,000 acres, but the dam project never got built. And they had a bunch of land, so they gave it back to the state and to the Ho-Chunk Nation, which is because of a treaty signed with the US government when the United States was trying to get all this land back in the early 1800s. And anyway, so the dam didn't get built. They gave the land away to the state and to the Ho-Chunk Nation. And now it's a 9,000 acre nature preserve. They got a pretty cool visitor center. They got a lot of resources, a lot of great plants and animals, cultural sites that are thousands of years old. Anyway, this is Black Hawk Rock. Red Hawk. I can't think when I'm exercising, guys. Anybody else have that problem? So, the British didn't have any Native Americans, huh? Did they? Who were the native British? Were the British always in Britain, or was there like somebody else in Britain? All right, guys. I mean, take a look at this thing. If I scale this, starting from the bottom right here, all the way up to the top, would you guys be impressed? All right, let's find out. I better take a drink of my blueberry Rubios. Prepare to be impressed, guys. You can do this with one hand. This shouldn't be a problem at all, considering I've never done this before. All right. Holy cow, it's just step by step. There we go, first step, first hand hold. They say you want to have 3 points of contact when you're climbing. I say 2 if you want to take chances. So there you go. There's my first hand hold. Both feet securely anchored, lifting that foot. So if I'm filming, that's only giving me 2 points of contact. Drop it in the comments if you think 2 points of contact when you're climbing this is smart. They say 3 points of contact. How about I use the pinky at the bottom of my phone as the third point? There we go. I just rest the bottom of my hand. Now I'm doing 4 points of contact, guys. Super incredible. This is rock climbing 101. Look how high I am off the ground already. Holy cow. Look at that. All right, guys, I got to take a break. I didn't bring any trail mix, so this is going to be rough. I wish I lived in Britain, though. I hear the coast is incredible. Is it true that you got like giant cliffs made out of chalk? Like, why are not all British classrooms located on the beach? So instead of like having a blackboard and a little tiny stick of chalk, you could just have a giant board of chalk and call it a day. You know, it's like, who needs the blackboard when you just got billions of pounds of pure chalk in a cliff formation, much like this little beauty here. I gotta read the comments. 2 points of contact sound good. He agrees. All right. Guys, this is super dangerous. I am not advocating for 2 points of contact, but if you got it like me, you got it. I'm an expert. I'm a pro. Don't do this at home. Don't climb rock formations at home. Guys, there could be a mountain lion ready to take off my head. I mean, just look at the cave here. Could you imagine just a wow? And then he jumps onto me and attacks me and I gotta wrestle him. I'm like, ah, get off me, you stinking mountain lion. Get out of here. Hate to have a mountain lion attack right now. Super dangerous. But we're just gonna keep proceeding here. Now there's a little bit of a ledge, so I can kind of take it easy. I don't have to have those 3 points of contact really, because I got a pretty safe, a little safe ledge here. But how am I gonna get up on the ledge? It's like, how high would you say that is? It's up to my waist. So I'm gonna have to do a little maneuver I like to call crawling on my hands and feet, bro. So here, I'm gonna set the camera right here so you guys get the perfect view of what I'm about to do. There's a lot of fun things, guys, that you gotta learn about rock climbing. So hold on, trying to set this up for the perfect video. You know, why can't I have a production crew like Bear Grylls? There we go. All right, guys, we're ready. Here we go. Oh, hands and knees. Hands and knees. There we go. Just like that, guys. Just like that, on all fours, like a dog. All right. Whew. All right. Some beautiful color in the rock, though. It's not just sandstone. Look at that. There's some red here. Where'd the red come from? Was it like 10,000 years ago? Like Native Americans had like berries and they were just like, you know what? Let's paint this. That would look cool. And then they just took a handful of red berries in their hand and then I don't know if you can see the red. There's a red layer right here. It's very thin. It's like, where did that come from? Like, how? Wait a minute. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can, can't you? Look at the red. It's just like a thin layer. It's super cool. There's little spots of red in there. I don't know. Maybe I'm fascinated by the small things in life. So, behind me, lots of people do graffiti. They carve their names into these rocks. I don't think they should. But then again, it's like there are 1,000-year-old petroglyphs from Native Americans, like from a long time ago, right? I mean, because these are their lands where they used to sustain their lives. And so I haven't come across any of these petroglyphs yet, but I know they're in the park somewhere. You kind of have to be an explorer to go find them. One of these days I will. But let's just say that Black Hawk Rock here has many modern petroglyphs that thousands of years ago, people are going to be like, yeah, people way back in the year 2024, said, I love Bill. Isn't that cool? All right. Here, I'm going to walk around. Now, this is really cool. To think, this is water erosion. Like, how did the water get way up here when the river's way down there? I mean, we're up pretty high at this point. I mean, here, let me flip the camera. I mean, you can see through the trees, like, you can see that we're not near any water sources right now. I mean, I'm up significantly high. I'm up like 20 feet from the trail there. And then the valley just drops down there. But then if you look at some of this, it's like, that's water erosion. How did it get that, how did it come out like that? Like the river or something, a giant flood must have kind of smoothed out these rocks. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. There had to be water traveling through this crack. I mean, it's very smooth. It's very smooth. Anyway, I digress. And then look at this. Look at these little pockets. How smooth they are. Isn't that nuts? Anyway, but all these pockets make great places for your feet to go. Like right there. That's a good spot. And this is a good spot here. Right there. All right. Now we're making some progress. Holy cow. I would hate for that shelf to collapse on me. There are some inherent risks that come with climbing. Always got to be careful and be willing to take the risk. I do have children, so I have to be cautious here. All right. I'm gonna try to make my way to this shelf. I gotta figure out a way to get up to the top of this thing. It's kind of looking sketchy, but we'll see how far we can get. Holy cow, one false move. And it's game over. You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. I got too much to live for. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna head back down. We're gonna get on the trail, and we'll get to the top in no time. I just forgot, I should have a climbing helmet and a harness. Shame on me for not thinking of that. Ooh. But I mean, this is a nice little spot to like climb up to. It's nothing too crazy, and it's pretty. Ugh. All right, back to the trail, guys. Here we go. Look at the beautiful red right there. Okay, and I'm gonna jump. Watch this. 3, 2, 1. We did it. All right. Down, down, down. And drink in hand. All right. We're going to get to the top somehow. Let's keep moving. Might lose cell service over on this side of the hill. I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out. The beauty of a live stream. In nature, you never know what the limits are until you test them. Kind of like my children test my limits. I'm testing the internet's limits. Lots of bats around here, guys. Lots of bats and birds. Tons of them. What I think would be cool is like being at the top of this hill on a nice warm night where I don't need much more than a nice cozy jacket or something, and then just kind of like fall asleep, wake up when the sky just gets the first hint of light, and then watch the sunrise. Oh, that'd be incredible. Capture it on film, put a beautiful little soundtrack on it, and then people would watch it and admire the sunrise. They drink their morning coffee before they go to work and want to relax and be like, oh, that's the most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen. All right, guys. You can see things are starting to mellow out. It's getting a little less cliffy. The cliff is back that way. So I think the trail is definitely going to get us to the top at this point. Let's talk trail etiquette. Let's say you're headed up the hill and somebody's headed down. What's the right thing to do? Do you just keep going? Do you push the people that you meet on the trail so they fall down and scrape their knee? Like, what options you got? Do you stop? Do you stop for the people coming down? Do you stop for the people coming up? So many questions. And the internet is full of answers, a wide range of opinions. I might be wrong, but I feel like if you're coming down, you would stop for the people coming up. Because going up takes a lot of energy. And if the trail's thinning out like it is right here, you know. But then when you stop on the trail and it's really thin like this, how do you stop? Are you going to step on something? Are you going to destroy a plant or something to be courteous? I don't think that's right either. So you got to be really mindful of how you step off the trail and kind of do an evaluation to make the least amount of impact when you step off the trail. But this trail's pretty quiet until I make it extremely popular, I'm sure. Just kidding. I don't think I have that much influence, but I'm a nature influencer, guys. I drink my Starbucks and climb mountains every day. Okay, maybe someday. That'd be awesome. Could I be a hiker influencer and then like pay my mortgage with monetization from my hiking influencing? I don't know. I'm way too honest. I say what's on my mind, guys. And that is, I'm exhausted. We're almost there though, guys. I mean, take a look. The sun is there. The top of this giant mountain is right there. It's within grasp. I'm just feet away. The sun is bouncing off my shoe. The birds are singing a joyous symphony. You hear that, right? I mean, it's beautiful. Let's proceed. Whew, I'm excited. This is about the time in the hike where you gotta peel off the layers, because honestly, I'm wearing a pretty nice winter coat. This is the coat I wear when it's like negative 10 degrees. Of course, that's just from my car to the school bus, which is like 20 feet, but holy cow. We are hitting the ridge. Take a look. I'm going to stop talking. I mean, look at the ridge cap. how beautiful this is. It's like pure rock. I mean, it's straight down that way. It's straight down this way. I'm now walking out onto this ridge. It's so mountainy looking and feeling. Birds are chirping. The weather's beautiful. It's like low 50s. Perfect weather for not breaking a sweat. I mean, the way the sun is hitting the flowers and filtering through the trees here is beautiful. I had a bumblebee or something fly by me. I mean, there's rocks, plants. It's just like very, very peaceful. So I'm making my way now to All right, guys. Well, it's a nice little view. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna probably sit here a little bit, chill, and then gonna head back home, fix a washing machine. Remember, berries are sweet, but life, my friends, obviously way sweeter. And we out.